Hello, hi kids. So in the last video we have discussed about food web. Food web is the network of food chains. Yeah, and single organism is not depending on any the single organism for their food. It can feed on multiple organisms, right? So in this video we're gonna discuss the differences between food chain and food web, how these two are different from one another, right? So as you can see here, I have written some points already. So food chain is straight chain. Yeah, like you can see here in the first case, in case of food chain, the image plants is the food for deer, right? And wolf feeds upon the deer, and when wolf will die, on its dead body decomposers will act, and the organic matter from the wolf's body will return back to this soil, and in that soil the plant can grow again. So that's how, like, it is kind of a single chain. It is a straight path. Yeah. And opposite to that, we can see that food web, it is a kind of network. Like plants, ground squirrel, you can see it is also feeding upon the plants. Grasshoppers also feeding upon the plants. Birds are feeding upon these grasshoppers. Ground squirrel feeding upon grasshoppers. So it is a kind of web. It means a single organism is not depending on any other single organism for their food. If just say, if grasshopper will be removed, yeah, so what will happen? Squirrel can feed on plants also. It will not die. It will survive by feeding on the plants, right? So that was about the first point, that food chain is the straight chain and food web is the network. Second thing is about realistic and non-realistic. So food chain is not that much realistic, but food web is more realistic. It's more expressive, that how in the nature organisms can survive by feeding on more than one different organisms. Yeah, so that was the second point. And what about third one? So point is saying that this food chain can get disturbed. Just say, if I will remove the deer, what will happen? The whole chain will got disturbed, because for wolf now there is no food. It will not survive, it will die. So the whole chain will got disturbed. But that is not the case with food web. Yeah, as I have already did that grasshopper will removed, if in that case squirrel can feed upon the plants. Yeah, bird can feed upon the plants. So that's how food web and food chain will different from one another. So that's all for today, and in the next video we'll discuss about trophic level.